All right. Part two of the Sunday situation here. We're ready to rock and roll with some more late games, or the late game, I should say. I'll keep you posted on the coin toss information. Should be coming shortly as Green Bay is in Dallas. This is the last game tonight, game 275, 276. There's a doubleheader tomorrow. Likely will not be around for those. I'll keep you posted. One way or the other, trying to work on the back end stuff to get everything ready. Last Monday doubleheader of the year, and like I say, as things stand, I'm going to be probably not around for it. So I'll keep you posted. If something changes, certainly just check out tomorrow around post and see if I'm here or not. The first game, 7:15 Eastern. ESPN has it. The Jets at Miami. The 8:15 game on ABC is Cincinnati at Denver. Again, Green Bay, Dallas tonight about to kick. Late finals, the Rams beat the Colts. Chicago wins on a blocked field goal at the end after scoring in Las Vegas to beat the Raiders 25-24. KC 37-20 over Baltimore. And Jags 26-21 hold off the Niners and their barrage of turnovers. Green Bay tonight pretty much painted 6.5 and 47 here as we near kickoff. I'll keep you posted as we get a coin toss that should be coming shortly. This game opened 6 and 48.5. So some under money has come all week. Again, we'll see what happens. Micah Parsons making his return to Dallas after he was traded about a month ago, or a little over a month ago. Mid to late August, I guess it was. Yeah, it's probably been 6 weeks. Again, no coin toss yet. I'll keep you posted. Yeah, mostly the 46.5 flat is basically the number. First half price Green Bay's 3.5 and 23.5. With the coin toss coming in just a few minutes, that might change. People that leave it up at the very end move it aggressively once they find out who's going to get the ball first. I'll be engaged with you through I'll be engaged with you guys through halftime at the very least. The girls singing on NBC right now. I'll also be ahead of you guys for this one. Some 47s are starting to pop back up pretty much everywhere on this total. So it bottomed out in the 46.5 range, it seems like. College lines are out for next week. I have those if anybody wants to discuss them. Still got a little bit till the coin toss. There's cheerleaders and bands and stuff on the field. I think the anthem's over. One of my buddies had Elliott 10-1 to win the NASCAR today. He's buying an obscene amount of cocktails. Most likely. I had another friend at CR that had the same bet. He won from behind, let's call it, on the last lap. Had fresh tires, had the best car at the end. Took him all the way to the final turn to get there. Hell of a finish if you didn't see it. Something worth checking out. Yeah, some of this late movement on the exchanges, a penny or two here and there. for big money shows that there certainly is support for both sides. I think Dallas is probably a little bit sharper. Just if I'm trying to read the screen here at the end, certainly there was money for the Packers at one point during the week, but it's been mostly Dallas. From those I respect the most and those I talk to about what they seem to have been reading. We'll see how it plays out. I don't have a strong opinion. I think Green Bay probably will win the game, and they're coming off a pretty bad loss. But I did make the game a little bit cheaper, closer to 5.5, total a little bit higher. Not that I'm a fan of I don't like Green Bay's quarterback, obviously, and I do think Green Bay has a good defense. I just think that Dallas's defense is so bad that it trumps the badness of Green Bay's quarterback. So I think that they'll be able to score fairly consistently, and it might turn into a track meet early, as every other Dallas game seems to at this point. I think Dallas's offense will do things against Green Bay, but success probably as much or more than anybody that Green Bay's played so far this year. Throw out the Detroit game in week 1, new coaching and assistants and everything, big differences at the start for Detroit compared to what they have now. I'm sure the Lions are itching to play Green Bay again ASAP. Still no coin toss yet in this game. I thought it started at 8:15. I guess Sundays are 8:20. Okay, fair enough. I started this a couple of minutes earlier than I needed to. It's all set to give you 3 or 4 minutes of pregame chat, and then game's going to start. It's been like 8 minutes already. The wild card schedule the same for both days. The ESPN game early is Tigers Indians. Padres Cubs are on ABC 2 hours after that at 3 p.m. Eastern. Then it's Yankees hosting the Red Sox at 6 Eastern, and then the Reds are at the Dodgers after that around 9:15, give or take. Hopefully, with the rules are the same with the pitch counts. I hope these games don't last 3 hours. It'd be nice if they don't, and they don't have to put the Dodgers on ESPN News or some shit because the Yankees and the Red Sox are still playing their meaningless dribble well over 3 hours. Reds had some hell of a party in the Milwaukee locker room today. I watched a little bit of that in addition to the 4 NFL games, and they were at an interview with Francona. He said, I look forward to the players enjoying this. I'll enjoy it too, but I really want them to enjoy it. I thought that was pretty funny. Announcers. Indians have McDonough and Todd Frazier. Cubs is Kevin Brown, Mendoza, and Ben McDonald. Yankees, Carl Ravitch, Eduardo Perez, David Cohn. Dodgers, John Ciambi, and Doug Glanville. John Ciambi's the guy, right? I wonder why he's not doing the Cubs. They got David Cohn doing the Yankees. It's weird. I got a friend of mine on Twitter said, are people still telling me the Ravens are the best team in football? I got to be honest. I thought they were before today. I was willing to give them another mulligan. I don't know anymore. They're really banged up. I mean, that's one of the problems. Six starters at one point were out today, and then that was on defense only. Then Jackson got injured in the third quarter. Still no coin toss. What am I missing here? Okay, here they come. Micah Parsons is joining the captains for the coin toss. That is tremendous. Wonder if they win it, if they'll let him. Well, they could let him call the coin. All right. Oh, the trade was today, 1 month ago. Less time than I thought. Oh, wow. He has his suite for the whole year? I'm ahead of you guys, by the way. I got this game on NBC, so I'll be ahead of you. All right, so the Cowboys have won the toss and deferred. Green Bay, first half now up to 3.5 -20 at a couple places that are booking the first half. Game 6.5 flat, give or take a few pennies here and there. 46.5, 47 is the consensus here. Bet online 3.5 late 20. There's the high mark. 23.5 under. There's a 23.5 flat. I actually think that the the over would be the way to go in the first half. If Dallas's defense is forced to play more possessions, right? Williams and Melton are back deep for the pack. About to kick it off at the newer stadium with the hole in the roof, just so God can watch his team. Here we go. The kick is down at the 2. They'll return it out to the 20, to the 30. 6 seconds in, that's where the Packers will get going. All right, here we go. Pack out of the gun. Back offset to the left. 2 receivers to each side. Motion left now. Trips left. Back. Jacobs gets about 6 on the swing pass. Sorry, maybe 4, 5. Curious to see what kind of game Kenny Clark plays for Dallas. He got traded from Green Bay as part of the Parsons deal. Nothing doing for Jacobs there. Ogizua, part of that Dallas front, which is supposed to be better than what it's played so far. It'll be 3rd and long. Lots of eye candy, but yeah, not a lot happening there. It took forever for him to get the ball. Gun again. Jacobs lines up to the right, trips left here. 3rd and 9, he's back. They sent a 5th guy, didn't get there. Chucking it long. 2 guys outran everybody. They could have, either one of them could have caught it. Wicks or Golden, both of them could outran both the secondary guys. I don't know what Bland was doing. He's supposed to be their best secondary guy. He's been out since week 1. Not even a sniff. Somebody messed up. I can't believe that. How could both of them get that open? Yeah, that's not got nothing to do with Parsons. The secondary has to be better. Packers are already in field goal range. 1 field goal so far, or 1 first down so far, and they're in the red zone. 2nd and 4. Jacobs corralled in the backfield. He's going to lose a couple. Love gets motion from one of his receivers, 2 to each side. Now back offset to the right. Gun again. Dallas rushes 4. Screen. Broken tackle. Another broken tackle, and he's down to the 1. Is that Kraft? That was man on the outside. What's this? Please don't tell me they're calling timeout. Oh. Wow, false start. 1st and goal literally inside the 1. So now it's 1st and goal at the 5.5. Four minutes in so far. 6 plays, 64 yards, 2 first downs. 2 for 2 on 3rd down. Love hands to Jacobs again. He powers it down to the 2. 10:40 to go, clock moving. Gun trips left. Single coverage to the right. Oh, they threw it right at Bland. Touchdown. Dubs. Romeo Dubs. The Nevada-Reno 2nd-year man scores the first touchdown of the day. 10.5 minutes to go in the first. 8 plays, 69 yards, 458. Packers are on the board first. 6-0, point pending. Extra points good. 10:02 left. 7-zap. Packers. Cowboys. Get it after the commercial. Run down the scores for those of you who did not see them earlier. Pittsburgh wins at 24-21 over in Dublin today against Minnesota. The Vikings will have another crack in Europe next week. I think they play in Tottenham. What is that, North London? Against the Browns next week. Same start time for them, 9:30 Eastern, 6:30 Pacific. Philly is in Tampa Bay. They beat the Bucks 31-25. Game had a little bit of everything. Philly raced out to a big lead. Bucks got back into it. Philly able to hang on, get the money as a 3.5-point favorite. Goes flying over. The Buffs beat New Orleans 31-19 in a game that the Saints played really well, to be honest with you. A couple plays more here and there, and they had a chance to win it. They lose by 12 when it's all said and done. Buffalo does not cover 14-14.5. It was higher than that most of the week. A lot of the sharp money were on the Saints. Carolina loses to New England 42-13. Never really close after the Panthers took a 6-0 lead. The Patriots run a punt back on a trick play for a touchdown to take the lead, and they never looked back from there. It was a beating. They cover all numbers. It flies over. Atlanta 34-27 over Washington. They led most of the way, actually the whole way. Held on and got the money. Covering all numbers and going over again. It's a theme today because the Buffalo game went over by just a smidge as well. Detroit, Cleveland, depending on where you went, it's 34-10 under at some places. Mostly everywhere there were a couple of 44s at one point, open higher than that, close like 45. Detroit, 34-10 covers everything. Houston, 28-0 covers, 26-0 covers. It stays under. Giants, 21-18 over the Chargers. Outright dog winner, catching 5.5, 42. 42.5 under the total. Probably a big result for the books early. Knocked out any teaser money as well. Oh, no, wait a minute. There's nobody teasing 5.5. I was thinking 7. Jags win at San Francisco, catching 3, 46.5, 26-21. The Rams beat the Colts. Wrong side winner there, 27-20. They get the money as also as a 3.5-point favorite. Under the total of 50. Raiders block a field goal at the end, beat Vegas 25-24 out here. They went outright as a 2.5-point dog. Total slips over the total, 47.5. KC 37-20 thumps Baltimore, catching 2.5. 49 total goes over. Ravens now power rated the best team in the league. They're also 1-3. Probably going to be some changes to that pretty soon. Cowboy kickoff return is out to the 28. Williams gets the ball in the first play. He gets about 3. Live price, Packers 8.5 up to 10, total around 50 after that first one. I'll give you the live total for the algorithm just so you know what to work off of. Let's use 47. $47 into 60 is 0.7833. Third and 4, they try to run it again to Williams. He gets nothing. They're going to have to punt it there. Nothing doing for the Cowboys. Three and out coming, barring some sort of chicanery here. I don't think we'll see it coming. Try to string that outside. The Packers, Walker, good pursuit, good speed, good angle. Anger the punt. Fair catch called for at the 15, and he makes it there. Green Bay will start at 8 minutes to go exactly in the quarter. 0.783 times 53 plus 7, 48.5. Live total says 48.5. Packers 10.5. $48, basically the total. It looks like 10.5 seems to be very popular flat. I got most of my college football work done last night with the fact that there was no Hawaii home game, and I tapped out with you guys around halftime of the late game BYU Colorado. I was able to get all the box score work done by about 3:30 a.m. Eastern time. And I worked on some of the college 1AA stuff this morning. Earlier, I will get to work on the rest of that after these halftimes, after the halftime of this game as well. If anybody has any questions about what I make any of the college next week, feel free to ask. I've got preliminary numbers on both the 1AA games, which there's only one extra game. I think that's Campbell against NC State. And that's it. Then there's a couple of Friday night games in the Ivy League. One of them, the Rhode Island Brown game, is actually in Pawtucket. I'm not sure what that's all about. There's only one Thursday game. It kicks off 9 Eastern, Sam Houston and New Mexico State. I will tentatively be back here for that just because of the fact that there's also an NFL game, the Frisco and the Rams. So I'll work both those games Thursday night. And then there's 5 college games on Friday, 2 at 7 and 3 at 10 and 10:30. So late night Eastern times is kicks. So that'll be a long night, especially with the Saturday early starts. But hey, you gotta do it. So I look forward to seeing you guys Friday night, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific. I think that'll be the day. Let's see, Tuesday, Wednesday. Yeah, there'll be game 3 of all the baseball. So that'll be a busy day with the baseball stuff late and the football stuff late and the baseball stuff all day. Game 3 of all the wild cards, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. Oh, that's right. Sorry, that's not right. That's wrong. It's the series for the next series starts Saturday, so there's no baseball Friday. It'll be Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then that's it. Friday's a rest day. Okay, good. So, all right, that means I'll be around late Friday only. Start at 4 Pacific, 7 Eastern. Hang out for about 5 hours. Love rolls right, fires complete. That's Dubs again. Out past the 30. Packers move the sticks for the 3rd time today. First two conversions came on 3rd down. You guys see me sitting here just plowing through all this junk food and all this trash all day. To be honest, I do have plans to eat a salad tonight after the half. Wish me luck with that. I've got some hard-boiled eggs already done and some meat. I think I can make a chief salad. Ham, turkey, chicken, bacon, all that shit. Tomato. What else can I put in there? Cheese, croutons. Big old chief salad. Then I need to take my fat ass to go for a walk. I haven't gotten anywhere near my steps. These weekends like this with the Ryder Cup or like the Breeders' Cup's coming in like 5 weeks, that'll be a mess too. So hard to get at the proper exercise in when you need to. Just have to devote myself to doing better, getting up an hour earlier every day if you must. 2nd and 3, they get about 4 on the reverse to Golden. That'll move the sticks. Given how bad Dallas' defense has been, I have to just question the thought process behind deferring. Sometimes, I mean, I'm always a defer guy, but when your defense can't stop a nosebleed and the other team didn't do shit last week, you maybe want to try to play from ahead and see what happens. Love play fake. Once again, guys are running around wide open. Thank God Love stinks. Dove was open and he underthrew him. Short hop. 2nd and 10. Motion left. 2nd and 10 here. God, it was a run blitz, and they still couldn't make anything happen. Jacobs gets about 7, maybe 6. That was the most troubling play so far for Dallas, and that they seemed to have everything figured out, and they still couldn't make the play. Of course, there's a reason they didn't make the play. They got held. I didn't see the flag. I just assumed they missed it. I don't have a sweat dog in the fight. I probably would have stood up and started yelling. It's like it was the left tackle. Man, I don't know. That's tough. 2nd and 18. Trips left here. They all go out. Love rolls right. Chased out of bounds. Nothing there. Gonna chuck it 3rd and 18. Is Diggs wearing a mask? You shit me with this? They rush forward. It's kind of a glorified screen. You got the receivers all blocking downfield. They got 15, maybe enough for them to keep the offense out there and go for it. Be like 4th and maybe 3. Williams with the catch. He gets about 15. They're out in their midfield. They are going to go for it. Live price temporarily down. 4:35 to go. 4th and 3 at the 49. They're going to probably call timeout, aren't they? Play clock has to be running down. It's 4th and 2, actually. Love. They took too much time. Did they get a timeout called or not? Nope. It's a delay. I thought they were running out of time. I was like, man, this seems like it's taking a long time. NBC didn't have the play clock up until about 3 seconds left. They're going to punt it now. 4:23 to go. 4th and 7. Whelan's kick back to the 10. Turpin fair catches it. That's where they'll start after the commercial. 4:14 to go. 7 Zap Packers. Live price 9.5 and 10. Totals 45, give or take. They're announcing the Super Bowl halftime show at halftime. Bad Bunny is the favorite on call sheet. Jay-Z, Miley Cyrus, Karol G, and Metallica. Who's the home city of the Super Bowl this year? I don't even know where they're playing. That might matter. I'd like to think they'd make it as close to a home game if they could. Listen to this stat. Puka Nacua has 503 receiving yards. Puka is the first player in NFL history to gain 500 plus yards in his team's first 4 games of a season, 2 different times in his career. 20 other players have done it once and only once. This is Nacua's 3rd season in the league. He's going to get a lot of money, that's for sure. Let's see. 44.5's out there on the total now. It sounds closer to being right. The live algorithm. Prescott drops, rolls, fires complete to the tight end. It's Ferguson. It's maybe 6. I was out Monday night with friends Mitch Moss, Doug Kazarian, and John Murray. First down Dallas, moved the sticks out to the 23, and there was a play where we didn't. They were like uncertain about whether. Oh, it was Detroit. It was whether Detroit would go for it or not. I think Mitch already had left. It was the second half. Will Detroit go for it against the Ravens? And Doug's like, I think they'll punt it here because it was to win the game. So, but if they punted it and didn't get it, the Ravens could have gotten the ball back in much better field position. And Doug was insisting, like, no, they gotta punt. That's the well, they should punt or they might punt. And me and John were like, no way, they definitely got to go. Here's a running play for about 5 on first down. And I was like, they have to go. I mean, this is if you go for it and you get it, you win the game. It's really a no-brainer. It was 4th and 1 or whatever, long 1, short 2 maybe. And Doug saying no, and then John's like, all right, put it to you like this, Doug. If you were the Ravens, what would you want them to do? And the correct answer, of course, you'd want them to punt. You don't want them to go for it because then you lose. So your job as the offense is to think about whatever you want the defense, whatever you think the defense wants you to do, you're supposed to do the opposite. That's the way it works. And obviously, the Ravens probably wanted to punt. They would put their head in the Ravens' head and said, okay, they want us to punt. That means we need to go for it. Generally speaking, that's the way it works. That's the way that I would have it programmed as well. They did try to throw to Turpin that time. It was not a great pass by Dak. Had a little too much air under it and was knocked away by the defensive back. 25 makes the play. Seeing Lamb in the cast makes me sad. If they can't stop anybody, at least I want them to see him score. 3rd and 5 at the 27. Prescott back, fires. That's Ferguson. He's at the 31. Let's see how aggressive they are here. I'd go for it. That's me. It's a different world today than what it used to be. They might punt. With that shit defense, you're putting a whole lot on your plate trying to make them get stops. Fourth and 1, they are going to line up for it. The back is 6 yards deep. There is motion right. Prescott under center. Now he's checking to something. Now we're going to have a timeout. Green Bay calls a timeout. 1:31 to go in the first. 4th and 1, Dallas at their own 31. Timeout, Packers. This gives Dallas time to set something up too. I'm quite convinced they'll have something on the play sheet. I'm not worried about Dallas's offense. They'll score enough points to win games. If they're going to have to outscore their defensive liabilities is the problem. It worked once, somehow against the Giants. Live price mostly not up anywhere. Here we go, 4th and 1. Same formation Dallas just had. Dak's checking to something. 10 on the play clock. He's touching his ears now. No fucking way they're going to punt. That is incredibly short-sighted. I just don't see it, man. I really have trouble believing the fact that they think they're going to win this game by punting the ball on 4th and 1 and trying to get stops. Quay Walker letting the Cowboys hear about it. Yeah, of course he is. They didn't jump. Like, I mean, what world do you think they're going to jump? I mean, the Packers, I don't like their team, but their coach does a good job. They don't make plays like that very often. I just don't like the fact that you paid Prescott $1 jillion and you don't go for it there. He's got to make a play. Punt's fielded at the 27 and got out to the 37, I think, by Golden. Hit that carpet and bounced high, made a catch. Otherwise, it would have went flying over his head. Oh, the Texas State Fair. How long does that last? The Oklahoma-Texas game isn't for 13 more days. What is it, like a month long? I was thinking it was 2 weeks and it didn't start till next week, like it was right in the middle of it somewhere. All right, so the Packers are up 7-0 after the Dallas. I want to see what the bot says. The bot surely would have said go for it there. I know I'm going to look this up. Otherwise, it's going to annoy me. The percentage probably was like 5 or 6%, which, you know, for me is well enough to really criticize the coach. Trevon Diggs is going to play for the Cowboys here on the 3rd series. He's not the first 2. On field to spell Landry, who's on a pitch count. Well, they did the 4th down bot didn't have anything out, didn't tweet anything. I need to see the latest, I guess. Otherwise, it's going to drive me nuts. I missed the 4th down decision bot. Who has it here? Damn it. Something's not right. It's not showing. I can't. Is it the NYT bot? Is that what it is? Let's see. No, that's an old one. Yeah, that's not even close. That's like 7 years old. 4th down bot's been bot Baldwin. He doesn't have it yet. Computer Cowboy. No, I don't see it. Damn it. No one tweeted it out either. Oh well. Yeah, I'm curious. Like I said, I mean, it's not the end all be all, but I feel like Dallas has to find a way to get points and especially touchdowns, and you can't just go 3 and out and give the ball back to the Packers after they basically had a penalty and killed themselves in the last drive. Live price at the 118 mark of the first, Pack 10.5 and the total 43.5 with the shade to the under on the total. I can't find anything. It kind of pisses me off. There used to be a bot that was dependable as the day is long. It's not around anymore. It's all a bunch of screens and dump offs and shit behind the line. I don't know whether they think that Dallas is. I mean, they're bad enough to begin with. I don't think that they're not blitzing people. Like why those plays aren't supposed to work against blitzes more than anything else. I mean, it's just they're screening them to death. I guess, like I say, I'm so anti-love that screens are the safer passes for him to throw. Asking him to make decisions downfield usually won't work out too good in the long run. First down at the 43 of Dallas. Motion left. He's out of the pistol this time. The give is to the back. Wilson, he gets about 5. Packers threw 15 yards or more on 5 pass plays out of the 17 total plays. That's no wonder the yardage is 149 to 26. They're lined up to run a play here at the end of the quarter. Let's see if they actually snap it. 6 first downs to 1 for the Pack. They don't snap it. It's at the 38-yard line, 2nd and 5. Green Bay leads it 7-zap at the end of 1. In Dallas, live price 12, 44.5-ish. I think that's about right for the total. Let me see what I come up with here. 0.783 times 45 is 35 plus 7, 42.5. Makes enough sense. I would probably use 43.5 just because Dallas is involved. Anything more than that's probably a little high. This is now 3 straight quarters the Cowboys have yet to score a point. The last 2, they got shut out last week after halftime, so it's 3 in a row. My friend Pat Forty, who's at Sports Illustrated now, made a good call. Arkansas fired their coach, Sam Pittman, today. He said at the start of the year, Bobby Petrino was the offensive coordinator, said as soon as they fire Pittman, it's a win, not an if, that Petrino will end up being the interim coach. It'll actually be fascinating to watch him play because Arkansas's offense is pretty good. That's been Petrino's job, obviously. The defense can't stop a nosebleed. Notre Dame had guys running all over the place wide open the whole day yesterday. He hasn't coached the defense. What are they going to do there? $13.5 flat, 44.5 under, 13.5 dog money. Green Bay. I like Dallas at that price, actually. No play yet. I need to see the offense be more aggressive. Dallas was supposed to be the pseudo sharp side. I'd like to have a reason to consider them, but I can't get there if they're going to punt the ball on 4th and 1. They run the ball here. Wilson again, he doesn't get anything. Maybe 1. 3rd and 4. They went quick there. Love fires it. Intercepted by Dallas. It is Diggs. There's a flag down there. Thinking maybe, I think they snapped it because they thought they were offsides. Too many on the field is the other option. They snapped it real quick. If Dallas made any changes, there's a good chance they had too many. Oh, tough beat. Too many men on the field. That'll actually be a Green Bay first down, too. It was 3rd and 5 or so. What are they doing that? What the fuck are they doing? It's the first play of the quarter, 2nd and 5. If you get a stop on 2nd and 5, it's 3rd and 5. Stick with the same guys you got on the field. I hate, you got to try to get cute. You deserve what happened there. That's too bad because that love sucks. I mean, Such an ill-advised throw no matter what happens. 2 in the backfield now, out of the gun again. Backs to each side of him. One of them's a receiver. Motion, and they give it to like a sort of a pseudo end around to 83 again. Williams, he gets maybe 2. Here's a short pass, gain of about 5 on 2nd and 8 to 88. Motion right. 3rd and 2 at the 35. This is a draw. Missed tackle, and by Dallas, and of course by Jacobs, it's a first down. He's a high-priced back for a reason. He's supposed to make guys miss. It's amazing how many Dallas guys actually miss plays like that more times than they don't. Yeah, I mean, that's the defensive tackle. I mean, what are they doing? Drops back out of the gun, rolls left, fires, complete. Kraft, give him like 5 more. There is a flag this time. Green Bay penalty on Holt is holding the right tackle. First and 20. Instead of 2nd and 5. 12-12 to go, clock moving at the 31. Love back, fires it to the back, another screen again. This time the back runs into his own blockers. That one didn't work out as well. I think he fumbled. It's going to be maybe a yard or 2 at the most. It was a weird play all the way around. Yeah, I think the same guy that held on first down was the guy that got the tackle on. I know at 75 hit him. Right guard, right tackle holds, and the right guard gets a tackle. We're taking too much time here. 2nd and 18 at the 29. 3 on the clock. Backs to both sides. Motion left. He snaps it at 0. He rolls left. He's going to try to keep it. No, he dumps it to Jacobs now. It's a shovel backwards, and they're going to get first down. It's going to be more. Be 1st and goal to go. Great read by Love. Jacobs kind of stayed there with him, make sure he was behind him in case he got to the line of scrimmage or beyond before he could dump it. That's a good design. It's good for teams to have. They're going to have those multiple backs or in the backfield or some situation where you got the quarterback rolling. Either way, it's anytime you have the ability to get a guy out there in space. And of course, there might have been designed to that because 30 was in a position to make a block for 8 pretty much immediately. They gave him the 1. That seemed like it was. I thought he was out of bounds at like the 5. 10:42 to go. Play clock down to 1. Love slant. Dubs, another touchdown. 13-0 Green Bay, 10:37 to go in the first. we'll have a extra point coming. Dallas decides to punt. 9 plays, 68 yards later, it's 13-0 Green Bay. Extra point blocked. Dallas recovers it. They need a block. They're not going to need a block. He gone. 13-2. 10:37 to go in the first half. As my guy Pim would say, sombrerito, which is the Mexican, the Spanish word for man with the hat, the baby hat, which is a signal for safety. 2 points. This wasn't a safety. That's just the way it goes on 2-point conversion. Any NFL play that involves 2 points that's not an actual 2-point conversion is the sombrerito. One of my buddies just said that was the most exciting Dallas play of the year. Not quite. The field goal kicker made a 60-something yarder to force overtime against the G-men. We've got 4 games now, so the sample size is not 0 anymore. It's actually funny to think about some of the oddball scores that you get or some of the results. Like if Packers are as good as everybody thinks they are or says they are, we might look back and see how the hell did they lose to Cleveland in a few weeks. Too early to say that now, but just compared to the scores in the other games, it sure looks like an outlier, especially after what happened today to Cleveland and Detroit. Transitive property game never works. Green Bay thrashes Detroit in week 1. Green Bay loses to Cleveland in week 3. Detroit thumps Cleveland in week 4. Doesn't work. Can't say this team beat this team, so they're certainly, and the other team beat that team, so they're certainly going to beat that team. I actually try to engage myself here. Let's see. The live price is 11.5. There is some 12. 46.5 flat on the total. 13-2 is the score. 10:37 to go before the half. I try to read while I'm talking to you guys. I'm trying to read some of the stuff on Twitter as well because of the fact there was another the Bears blocked that Raider field goal to win the game. It's just constant barrage of tweets about blocked kicks and blocked field goals. And a lot of that shit just makes me laugh. Some of it, like I say, is funny. Some of it's funnier than others, but, you know, given the fact that I'm sitting here talking to myself, I might as well amuse myself in the process. I'm not going to have a subject for every commercial. I guess that's kind of a key going forward, huh? I should start taking notes until I get a bigger crowd and people can bring up the subjects that they want to talk about. I don't know. I'll have to think about that. Can go all sorts of different directions. But yeah, when I'm sitting here talking to myself and if there's a big crowd, it's one thing. If not, it's a little bit more difficult to talk to yourself and amuse yourself. Dallas returns the kick to the 29. They'll start their drive 10.5 minutes to go in the second. There is a flag. They will not start at the 29. I just can't believe they punted the ball 4th and 1 at the 31. I mean, like, was there ever any other doubt as far as what the result was going to be? If the Packers don't turn the ball over, they're just such a huge dog to ever be stopped. Like, Dallas, it's not like Green Bay's good. I mean, they're not necessarily horrible. I'm just saying it's not like Green Bay's offense is some Nazi-type machine that's going to steamroll their way down the field. It's that Dallas's defense is just not very good. I mean, if they call that on 35, that's kind of a cheap call. That's a tough beat on 35. I don't think that was a hold in that. There was 2 penalties. The block in the back, I saw it on the replay. The 35 penalty, that's not the right call. The yardage is the same, so they took his penalty. Live price. Chris has 14 now after that kickoff and 46. There are some 13.5s out there now too. Chris is back to 13.5. Nope, they're back to 14. That's what happens when the field position starts at the 12. Live price goes up. Great job by the line up front. He dances to the outside and only gets about 3. Sanders. Taking a shot here. Single coverage. Not a good pass. Knocked down. Flag down. Pickens the receiver. He didn't really do much of a job of going for that. There's a hold against Dallas. Dak's clapping. I don't know what he thinks. Is there another flag? They took it. Interesting. Okay, they declined it. I was gonna say, I wouldn't have taken that. Why would you? It's either it's 3rd and 7 now. If they'd have taken it, it'd be 2nd and like 14. I don't know. 2nd and 16, I would have taken it. 15, I don't know. 14, probably right. Here comes a blitz. Backers are coming. They didn't get there. Oh, the guy falls down. It's caught by Turpin. There is a flag. 25. I don't know if he pushed him or not. We'll see. I hope we'll see. My feed's trying to come out. Oh, man. So the tackle was lined up in the backfield? That is a killer. Their first significant offensive play, and it comes back. I mean, that is very fucking cheap. I mean, I see 5 plays every game that are worse than that. Kansas City's left tackle lines up in the backfield every play. Tough break. He did a good enough job. 3rd and 12. Here comes a draw to the fullback. Give him about 7. They'll punt. Not 10 to go. Clock moving. They're going to punt it again. I mean, that's a pretty horseshit call. Decent punt. 38. Oh my God, he just killed him. 35 with a great tackle. Golden caught it and immediately smashed at the 39 or the 40. Green Bay will take over there. 8:33 to go. I assume we'll get a timeout. Yeah, I'd spin with something else. All right. Live prices are now going to go over 2 touchdowns, I'm guessing. Ugh. That 88-yard touchdown by the Rams when Atwell scored a touchdown, the Colts only had 10 guys on the field. Counting those 2 penalties, or the penalty on 10, the holding that took back the Taylor touchdown run, and then him dropping the ball before the end zone, I would say that the Colts beat themselves more than the Rams beat them. Chad Johnson saying if the Packers score on this drive, it's time for him to call it. Can't say I argue with him. I might call it too. I'm going to work through the half because I'm here. That's what Scott Van Pelt say. I signed up for 60. Yeah, I'll stick around in case something develops. But so far, what could it be? 14.5 minus money, 15.5 flat at Chris, 45.5 on the total. There is a 4612 at Chris, 44.5 over at Buckeye, circa as well. Again, I don't have any thoughts. Green Bay has their bye next week, so not sure how much they'll want to exert. If they get out by a decent lead, they might just want to call it as quickly as possible, get home ASAP, take a little break. Also next week, the Cowboys are in the Meadowlands to play the Jets. That's an early kickoff. So one of their 2 trips up that way this year. The other one will be a Giants revenge game after what happened in week 2. $14.5 flat or minus a little bit of money. $8:33 to go at the half. They start at the 40. 13-2. Jacobs bangs it out for 2 off the left side. Gunn, Love. This is Golden. He's going the wrong way. He finally gets slammed again. He's taken 2 hits on the last 3 snaps of the ball. This is about a 5-yard loss. A flag comes in late. What can they? Are they fucking Dallas again? There is no way this could be a personal foul. Caught him for slamming him? After the play was over on 41. What the fuck is that? That's not a fucking penalty. He tackled him. Oh, he punched him. Okay, all right. I'll take it back. I thought he got called for a penalty for fucking tackling. Here comes a trick play, reverse. They throw back to Love. It's not there. He's going to run it. Somehow he gets like 4 yards. That's irate. First of all, it's stupid. It's a great tackle, but I mean, what the fuck is he doing? I mean, even when you stop him, it was going to be 3rd and 9 miles. Second and 6 at the 46. Love gun. Back to the right. Bigger formation here. Draw. Jacobs, give him 2. Maybe only 1, depending. It's going to be 3rd and 5. All right, here we go. 3rd down and 5. 6 minutes to go and some change. Clock moving. Jacobs offset to the right. That's other back. Here comes the front 4. Got some pressure on him. He lobs it long. Incomplete. Good defense by Dallas that time. 28 coming out for Dallas. Hooker. Yeah, that's a safety. His left ankle's fucked. They're gonna have to give him some vitamin T, or his night will be done. Fourth and 5, Pack. 5:59 to go. Punter's on, Wheelan. Turpin gets away from the ball. The Packers got 55, almost walked it into the end zone. He touched it at about the 5. That's where Dallas will start. 5:50 to go. 13-2 Green Bay. Another timeout coming. This time the spread will not be as high as what it was last time. Probably inside of 14 this time, or maybe 14 on the nose. Hang tight. Pinnacle actually used 14.5 plus 112, so like dog 30, 34 maybe, or 36. I would actually be interested in Dallas plus 14, flat or better. Uh, 13.5 minus money, or a little bit close to flat at a couple other places. 42.5 on the total. There is a 43 at Pinnacle. I agree with either one. I feel like at some point the offense will get going, but we're running out of time in the first half, and Dallas again has not scored. They've scored 2 points in the last almost 4 full quarters. So whatever I think about Dallas being an automatic over, I may have to reassess if their offense doesn't hold their end of the agreement. Dubs is one of the only guys that I've seen wearing that Guardian cap all year. I think he wore it last year some too. I think that was the first year it was legal in the games. One of my friends who's fairly astute when it comes to these types of things, he says everybody in the league will wear it in the next 5 to 10 years. He said he doesn't know the timetable, but at some point it will just become something you don't even think about. Everybody, if it's not that exactly, it'll be something that resembles that, to where they will completely find a way to hopefully eliminate CTE from the game of football. It may take another 20 years, but it'll happen at some point. I hope he's right. Obviously, that would be great. Slant, first play. Pickens, that's his first catch officially, out to the 19, first down Dallas. And the new live price is down now inside of 13, as it should be. 12.5 and 13, the two I see that are up, running it live. 5.5 to go in the first half. Here comes a swing to Dow. Dow's running a Green Bay play now. Nice job by the back, breaks a tackle Williams, and he gets about 8. Sanders, sorry. Inside of 5 minutes. They're at the 29. 4:38 to go, clock moving. Here comes a run, a draw play. That's Williams for first down yards. There is a flag. Probably a Dallas hold. Is there a second flag down? Yeah. 2 flags. Gotta stop eating this trash. Can't help it. How does it offset if it's after the play? You got a Dallas hold on 73 and then a Green Bay personal foul face mask after the play. In theory, why wouldn't it be the 10-yard hold should be enforced on the play, and then after the play, the 15-yard face mask should be enforced, so it should be 5 yards further down the field for Dallas and an automatic first down. Is that not right? I mean, I don't understand if it was after the play. If it was during the play, it's an offset. Anyway, second and 1, 4:15, clock moving. They tried to come with a run blitz. Dallas got through it. He snakes his way through about 5. This will be interesting how Dallas manages the clock here. They did defer. If they can run their 4-minute offense, somehow find a way to score, they will have been mostly dominated throughout, and yet have a chance to go to the locker room. Again, as I said, if they do this right, in a perfect world, they go in 13-9 and they get the ball first coming out. Dak throws it back, another one of those behind-the-line screen type plays. The back did a good job there to gain 3 or 4. Looked like it was dead to rights in the backfield. 3.5 to go. Packers have 2 timeouts. Dallas all 3 of theirs. This will have to be a 95-yard drive if they want to go the distance. So far, they're a couple of first downs into it. Clock now down to 3 minutes when this ball will be snapped. Gun, 4-man rush. Prescott back, has all day. He chucks it in the middle. It's caught. First down Dallas out to the 48. Illinois. All right, 2:27 to go now at the 47. First down Dallas. Motion left, to right, trips right. Play fake. It's supposed to be a screen. He does get it. Catch. 50, 45, 44. That'll knock it down to be a gain of an 8 or 9. That'll be the 2-minute warning coming at the Green Bay 44. This has been by far their best drive of the night. Wyatt down for the Packers. He was their first rounder 3 years ago. 2:03 left. The clock does stop on that injury. I believe it'll restart before the next play. Don't quote me on that. Live price 10.5 on the Packers and 41.5. 42, probably a better number. Yeah, okay. Let me see what the algorithm spits out here without knowing their field position. It's 0.7. Hang on. 47 and a 60 is 0.783 times 32. 25 plus 15. 40 and some change. And their field position is probably worth 3. I'd say 43s are probably the right number. But the thing about it is with this clock left the way that it is, it looks like Green Bay's not going to get the ball back the way Dallas is managing things so far, barring a big play. What an interesting job to be the general manager of the Packers. How does he ever lose his job? There's no owner. The city of Green Bay, the whole, whatever, there are people. There are thousands of people who own the team. There's not one person. 2-minute warning. 2nd and 1 at the 45. Cowboys down 13-2. Live price 10.5. Dog money out there. Someone was taking 10.5 with Dallas. Interesting. I like the thought process based on the fact that Dallas gets the ball to start the half and they have the ball here. So 2 cracks at the apple. Shit. I was going to say 10.5 flats to take. No, not going to pop. I'm actually surprised there's markets kind of slow to react here. Total, I think, should be higher as well. The problem is that they don't get a touchdown here. Then we're sitting on, what, 18 maybe? Second half total should be like 24 easy. Yeah, I think over is the way to go. I'm going to bet that right now. Anything less than 42, there's 41.5 out there. Circa has it. A couple other places offshore too. Over 41.5, the 2-minute warning is a bet. Over. 1.5 units, small to medium. Highly recommended. Do not go over 42.5. That, you're talking a big difference between potentially 27.5 and 26.5, which is what's out there right now. All right, we're in. Very good. You're in. Over 41.5 minus 15 or better. Oh, Maria Taylor's at the game tonight. Hi, Maria. How are you? Hopefully well. 45-yard line, 2nd and 2. The live side was 10.5, mostly dog money. Prescott hands it. Sanders to the 40. First down, Dallas. Threads his way through it. A touchdown would be great. A field goal is almost a given at this point. Touchdown would be a lot better. This is but by far the most effective drive, and this is actually a drive where they've ran the ball some. 7 plays. I think that every play's been a short pass, a screen pass, or a run. Play fake. Prescott rolls right all day to throw it. Back across his body, complete to Pickens at the 28. First down. Clock's running at 1:23 to go. That's good protection. That's what I expect out of that offense. That's really the first effective play fake they've ran all night. One minute to go when the ball snapped. A little bit less. 29-yard line. All 3 timeouts, so that's not a factor yet. He's going to throw a lob pass to Pickens. Did he catch it? He does. I can't believe that he caught that. Was he actually in bounds? The safety didn't get there in time. It's going to be first and goal at like the 2-yard line here. Let me see. God, they're grabbing him too. Oh, it's so close. I don't know. They're going to review it. 1. I don't know. Did his foot hit twice? Did his left foot hit twice or his right? 1. Yeah, I think that's both feet. Hell, I don't know. They haven't stopped it yet. 48 seconds. Play clock down to 4. Motion left. Snap. And they run it. Nothing yet. Goes back a couple yards. I'm guessing Green Bay might call timeout here. Why would he want a timeout? Why would Schottenheimer want a timeout? Oh, okay, that's his foot drags. That's a catch. Oh, wow, that is a catch by both feet. Yep, great play. That's the one thing about playing on turf is you can see when those pellets fly when they hit. So it's way more conclusive than playing on grass. Don't get me wrong, I didn't say that I prefer it. All right, so now what? Who got the timeout? The Packers did. 44 seconds left. They have 1 left. Dallas, all 3 of theirs. It's second and goal. They didn't lose anything. I thought he got tackled back at the 4. Shotgun. Running back off to the left. Prescott draw. Pounds it in. Touchdown, Dallas. 41 seconds to go in the half, and the Cowboys have cut the lead to 13-8. Now it's a question of whether they want to chase points or not. 11 plays, 95 yards, 5:09 off. The over live was good, but man, that Dallas drive looked good. They've been outplayed this game, but I know how this NFL works, man. If you stay in a game despite not playing well, a lot of times the game turns around. That actually happened today. The Jags, the Frisco kept giving the Jags the ball, and they built a decent lead, but they kept kicking field goals, and the Niners got back in it finally, but then one last turnover doomed them. Up and good, extra point, 13-9, 41 seconds to go before the half. The Cowboys get it at half with a chance to double dip. I'm guessing that's why Green Bay will probably try to get points here. Generally speaking, the Packer coach is more aggressive than average. He's not like top 2 or 3 in the league, but he's, you got the Detroit guy and the Chicago guy that are in his division. They're more aggressive than him. But he's probably top 12 in the league. Live price 7 and 46, pretty much the going rate. About all I could ask for with the overplay at 41.5. If Green Bay does get something here before the half, then I'm sitting really good. As it stands, 22 means I only got to go over 19.5, and the second half price is going to be probably 23.5. That's all you can ask for in this racket, boys and girls. Just try to get it in good. It's pretty much painted 7. Westgate has a 6.5 minus a bunch of juice. 45.5 over money and 46.5 under money. Interesting how much stock they put in that half point at this point. There's still too much time left in the first half for that 45, for that 46 to be worth as much as they're valuing it. Yeah, Packers are 7-point favorite pretty much everywhere. 45.5. I don't know if that jives for me at halftime or not. I don't know. I guess it does. Because if they don't score here, it can't be three. I don't think Green Bay can be a 3-point favorite with Dallas getting the ball first. They put way too much stock, and I said this yesterday and I said it earlier. They've been putting way too much stock on. They put way too much stock on these teams getting the ball first in the second half, having a extra built-in advantage. The kickoff is taken 5 yards deep and he sits down in the end zone. They will not run it out. .41 seconds left until the break. Halftime total 45.5 over money, 6.5 flat, give or take. Packers will start at the 20. Trips right. Nobody in the backfield. Love back. He's gonna chuck. He's gonna try to chuck it. Ends up with Jacobs on the ground. Nothing there. 35 seconds. Second and 10. This is a good point here that Collinsworth just made. I didn't think. I know. I just didn't think about it. Cowboys kicker can kick one from the moon to the point where if the Packers don't get a first down here, the Cowboys will have a chance to be in field goal range pretty much immediately. Love chucks one down the middle. Oh, Dubs was back there, but it almost was picked off. The safety was in position to make a play. This is if you make Love throw that ball, the Packers ain't winning shit. He can't make that throw. Kyle Wilson's got to catch that. He read it. Just go get it. Oh man, I don't know. Yeah, he's right. Collinsworth is actually Dubs. If he catches it, who knows? All right, so third and 10, 29 seconds left. Now, how aggressive will they get? I mean, if you're Green Bay, you've committed to the gig. Now you got to throw it again. There's not enough time left. If Dallas gets it back, so be it. Yeah, they're going to throw it. I agree. It's a screen this time to the tight end. Kraft, he's going to get it. Oh, it's a first down. Huge play. They're out past the 30. Did they call timeout or not? They will. 19 seconds left. So they're able to continue the drive. The reason why you don't get conservative there is because Dallas will call timeout. And not only does it, after the punt, they're still going to have like 15 seconds. And unless you punt it, get like a 60-yard net, then they still have time to get in the field goal range. But the time's going to be a factor. So you don't worry about Dallas's timeout situation because ultimately they're not going to be able to call all three of their timeouts no matter what. There's not enough time left. So you need to throw the ball there. It's the right call. Absolutely agree with Green Bay's thought process. Once they committed to throwing it on second down, they were going to have to throw it on third. And I'm sure that they had thought about that and made the proper, the adjustment, the if this, then that, gone through all the possibilities at the start of the drive. The NFL jams all these commercials up your ass. The coaches have 3 or 4 minutes during these timeouts to figure out how they want to program these plays. 13-9. Green Bay leads at the 32. 21 seconds left. There is no live price. Sorry to talk my way through all that timeout. Packers trips left again. 4-man rush. There's a flag. This is going to be a false start on the Pack. One of the linemen were quick. Too quick off the ball. .21 seconds left. The clock does not move because of the timeout before the play. I hate non-contact injuries. Those are the worst because you just don't know what happened, and usually it's a lot of times it's bad news. Love, he stripped. I think Dallas got it. Oh, wow. 13 seconds left, too. There's plenty of time left. And so a shocking development here. Dallas has a chance to take the lead into the locker room. Love took all kinds of time. I don't think he just didn't see anybody. He is loose with the ball. Absolutely. That's one. I don't like that guy. I'm sorry. You could have him all you want to. That guy ain't winning anything important. Green Bay has a lot of good players. The quarterback is not one of them. All right. So Dallas is in business here before the break. Wow. Green Bay 3.5 on the live. How can that be the right line? I love Dallas plus 3.5 at this point. They're going to go with the lead. They're going to get the ball back. I shouldn't count the lead yet. They're going to get points out of this. They have 13 seconds and not 15. They start at the 15-yard line. They have all their timeouts. Again, they won't be able to use them all. Whatever they do at the end of this play is an automatic timeout. He's pointing up, 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 whatever that means. Trips right, 2 to the left, nobody in the backfield. 4 back, over the middle, caught Pickens. Touchdown, Dallas. 9 seconds to go in the half. Over 41.5 looks great. But Dallas plus all the points looks even better. And the Cowboys have scored 2 touchdowns in a matter of less than a minute to take a somehow unbelievable halftime lead. 4 seconds, 1 play, 15 yards. Pickens just a in and out, or out and in post. Wow, just great execution. You pay Prescott a lot of money to make those throws, and by God, he made those throws. This is asinine. The one team dominated the game all the way until the drive they had to punt. It was 13-0. The Packers had the ball, and Dallas had done nothing. Now it's 16-13, 9 seconds to go, and Dallas is going to get it at halftime. How can they possibly make Green Bay the favorite on the live? Chris has got some. That's an asinine number. I know why, because they have to go through 0. They're gonna try to make Green Bay like a 6-point favorite at halftime. Just a total joke. I don't see. I mean, like I say, they had their chances. I told you guys this, and how can there be another commercial? What the fuck are they doing? It's almost 10 o'clock Eastern. Put the game to the half. Christ almighty, these people with all the commercials. Unbelievable. There's just no shame. Just jam one after the other right up your ass. Yeah, Green Bay 1.5 at Pinnacle, 52.5. That makes sense. I still think the total has to be 24 based on what we've seen here in the second half. And I think Green Bay 4.5 is the number. Maybe 4 the number is probably better. The game can't fall in a tie, so the number's not like college football where there's dead numbers. 2.5, 3, and 3.5 are all in play, and 4. I think Green Bay probably, like, if I wanted to get cute and I wanted to write all Green Bay money, I would use 3.5 or maybe 4, depending if it's 4.5 out there. Use 4 and just move the juice and let them lay it. Obviously, 4 to 4.5 is the difference between 1 and 1.5 for the game. There's a difference. It's not worth much, but games do fall 1 occasionally. You wouldn't want to move too aggressively off the money that they're laying you 4, because then you got people who know the one's not worth that much, and they'll bet you back the +4 plus money, +1 plus money on the half or the game, whatever. You understand? What are they doing here? Are they actually going to try to do something again? Oh, for fuck's sakes, within the timeout. So Dallas does actually call one of their timeouts on defense. 9 seconds left. Packers at the 35. Why? What happened on the kickoff? Now Green Bay actually, well, there's no timeout. Say if they had a timeout left, they actually do have a chance to get 20 yards and get into field goal range. But without a timeout, it'll be tough. Not impossible, but not good execution by Dallas on the kickoff. No, they've had enough. They're taking a knee here. All right. 16-13 Dallas at the half. Hang tight for the halftime price. I expect Green Bay 4.5, 5, 5.5. 6 to me is a step too far. 23.5 flat. 24. I like 24 better. Kind of a tough question by Melissa there. She had the right idea. Asking about emotional return for Micah, the defense, it's 14 points. Well, no, it's not his fault. It's 7 points. The offense gave up was totally in charge of that last one. All right, here comes the market. Chris is still bullish on Green Bay, but there are no sixes. Well, at least we got that part right. 5.5, 4.5, 5.5. Bet war. 23. Wow, that seems low. I don't need over. We have over 41.5, and it's already gotten to 29, so we're in good shape there. 23.5, 24 under at Bet Online. I do like the 24 market better than the 23 or 23.5 market. Circa 23 flat. Again, that's just too low. Dallas had moved the ball down the field the last drive. These games turn into track meets. Look at Dallas' second half in their last home game against the Giants. They scored like 60 points. Lead changed hands, 5 times in the fourth quarter? Well, I'll tell you one thing. Here's how you make money betting on sports. You open up. You follow as many people on Twitter who think that they have a good opinion about sports as you can, and then you just pay attention to what they say. And if they all say the same thing, then you bet the other side. And you will make so much money you won't be able to count it all. That's how you make money betting on sports. I'm not going to mention any names, but you can go through my list and see who I follow. You'll figure it out. 4,500 people. Surely a few of them there don't know anything about anything, right? 4.5 flat. There is a 5. I'm not sure why the Westgate's using a 5. Most 4.5s and 5.5s. I wouldn't use 5 just because I wouldn't want to tie. Not that games are going to fall too. Pick a side of the hook to be on. With Dallas up by 3, that means it's 1.5 or 2.5. Again, I would probably the 4 market here minus like 25 or something like that. You entice maybe Green Bay money, but you don't want to go too high because then you got people taking Dallas back at plus money, knowing that half point's not worth very much. Who knows? 23.5 the total. Again, I'm back with you guys. I'm going to call it here shortly. I'm back on Thursday night for the 8:15 kick between the Rams and San Francisco in LA. 5:15 Pacific. I'll come shortly before that. That game is on Amazon Prime, and I look forward to seeing y'all then. Tomorrow, I'm 50-50. List me as questionable. Still working on back-end stuff with the guy. Try to finish up my graphics, my overlays, Hopefully this thing looks really professional. I can start telling the world about it. It's gone a little later than I wanted to. Certainly the start of the season or a week or two in at the latest would have been great. Going into October, not ideal, but it is what it is. You know, this is a long-term project. I'm here to inform, entertain, and educate throughout. And this isn't gonna, you know, Rome wasn't built in a day. Underdog is saying Bad Bunny is the halftime show, whatever that means. Now my Twitter's going nuts about something that's got nothing to do with football. Yeah, halftime price is pretty much locked in. A couple of 23s out there on the total, mostly 23.5 painted. Bet online 24 under 17. They got the right idea. I'm not sure if he's running it. That's usually not his MO. He runs oftentimes the totals on the low side in the second halves. Either he likes it over himself or he must be buried to it already. I don't know. The fact that the first half went over the way that it did was kind of a joke. I mean, it really was a dead nut under the whole half. And then the 2-point conversion on the extra point kind of changed the whole complexion of things, put it on 15 instead of 14. And the fact that the 23s were out there, you know, still or 22, you know, whatever. I think that's only 22.5 in the first half. The fact that it got to that anyways was borderline remarkable, 22. And then, of course, you know, a field goal would have had it, but it wasn't a field goal. It was actually a turnover and then a touchdown. So, King of Latin Trap, never heard of it. I mean, I've heard of the name. I just don't know anything about the guy. You couldn't play the guy's music, and I wouldn't know any of it. Where are they playing? Oh, it's in San Francisco Levi Stadium. So it's in Santa Clara. I don't know. I don't even know. Yeah, I got nothing. All right, 4.5 minus money for the most part. There is some 5.5 out there. Nobody's using any higher than that. So 1.5 to 2.5. Green Bay live is the same thing. 23.5 with the game sitting on 29. It's 52.5. Yeah, okay, fair enough. That's consistent. That's it for me. Top of the hour. I'm with you. Been with you for the last two. I put in my shift this morning as well. Thank you very much for checking in today and this weekend. List me is questionable tomorrow. If I come around, it'll be sometime around kickoff of Jets Miami. That's at 7:15 Eastern on ESPN, 8:15 Eastern, and Cincinnati Denver. That's on ABC. I think tomorrow in the Week 4 Monday doubleheader is the last one of the year. Do not quote me on that. I think that's the way the NFL rolls early in the season. They try to really end with a couple of Monday doubleheaders, and then that stops. The rumor has it, I think that this is the last year of that. I'm not sure. I don't like that. I wish they played doubleheaders on Monday like more than half the season. But my opinion doesn't matter for this. They're going to find a way to monetize the product the best that they can. And the bye weeks start next week, and that'll run for the next 2 months. More than that, actually, maybe 10 weeks. So that's that. Anyways, that's it. Dallas up 16-13 at a break. They will receive the ball to start the second half. Live price is 4.5 up to 5.5. Total is 23.5. Dallas 16-13. 5.5 minutes to go before the second half kick. I'm on over 41.5 minus 15. Hopefully some of you guys got involved with that. It's a pretty good number at this price. Take care. Be well. God bless. Have a good rest of your evening. We'll see you next week. If not tomorrow, next week, then certainly by Thursday next week. Take care. Good luck the rest of the way.